Welcome to News 9 and you are watching On Point. Today we have 3 On Points. On Point 1 is on the Ethiopian ash cloud from the Hayli Gubbi Volcano reaching India and its implications. On Point 2 is on the unending drama over the Chief Minister's chair in Karnataka and whether the Congress can learn lessons from history. On Point 3 focuses on Prime Minister Modi's whirlwind tour and messaging from Ayodhya to Kurukshetra. And now let's take a quick look at the headlines. West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee launches sharp attack on BJP during SIR rally, warns that if she is attacked, she will retaliate. Prime Minister Modi hoists Dharma Dhwaj atop Ram Janambhoomi temple, marking formal completion of shrine, calls saffron flag a symbol of dignity and unity, reaffirming the ideals of Ram Rajya. Ex-Miss India and actress Serena Jaitley files domestic violence claims against husband, seeks Rs 50 crore compensation. Assam Chief Minister Hemanta Biswa Sarma claims singer Zubeen Garg was murdered, says accused will face the wrath of law. Pakistan's airstrike killed 10 civilians in Afghanistan, 9 children among the dead. Kabul says it will respond to the attacks. A long-dormant volcano in Ethiopia, Hayli Gubbi, erupted unexpectedly after almost 12,000 years. The explosion resulted in transferring the thick ash blanketing the Red Sea. It is now sending ash thousands of kilometers away. The ashes have since moved over countries such as Yemen, Oman and Pakistan. The volcanic plume has now reached India, triggering delays in flights and raising environmental health concerns. The ash plume rose nearly 45,000 feet into the atmosphere and was carried by high-level winds across the Red Sea into Yemen and Oman before reaching the Arabian Sea, Gujarat and ultimately Delhi, NCR, Rajasthan, Punjab and Haryana. However, IMD's Director General Mrityunjay Mohapatra said that the ash clouds are now drifting towards China and will move away from India by Tuesday evening.
ये जो वोल्केनिक आश है, इसका इम्पैक्ट सिर्फ अपर ट्रोपोस्फियर यानी 8.5 किलोमीटर से 15 किलोमीटर हाइट तक जो एटमॉस्फेरिक लेयर होता है वहां देखने को मिल रहा है और इसका इम्पैक्ट यही होता है कि जो एयरक्राफ्ट ऑपरेशन है इसमें प्रभावित हो रहा है प्लूम की वजह से। इसलिए भारत मौसम विज्ञान विभाग काल दोपहर से हमारा जो मुंबई, कलकत्ता और दिल्ली में मेट्रोलॉजिकल वॉच ऑफिस है एविएशन पर्पज के लिए, इनके जरिए सभी एयरपोर्ट्स को हम सिग्निफिकेंट मेट्रोलॉजिकल इंफॉर्मेशन फॉर वोल्केनिक एश जारी कर रहे हैं, रेगुलर अपडेट हो रहा है, मगर इसका कोई इम्पैक्ट सरफेस लेवल पे और सरफेस एयर पे नहीं है।
Volcanic ash contains microscopic silica and abrasive rock fragments that can melt inside jet engines, clog fuel nozzles and cause sudden flame out. Even short-term exposure can damage cockpit, windshield, sensors and avionics, making avoidance the only safe strategy for aviation. However, meteorological experts say its direct impact on surface level air quality in Delhi is likely to be limited since the plume is mostly at the altitude of 25,000 to 45,000 feet. Directorate General of Civil Aviation issued an advisory warning airlines of possible disruption in flight operation as the authorities track the cloud moving across the region. Major airlines including IndiGo, Akasa Air, Dutch carrier KLM cancelled some flights due to the ash plumes. Several international flights were also cancelled at the Delhi airport for destinations including Hong Kong, Dubai, Jeddah, Helsinki, Kabul and Frankfurt. In a statement, Ministry of Civil Aviation said operations across India remain smooth. Apart from disrupting flight schedules and aeroplane safety, volcanic ash can be a serious health hazard. The ash consists of fine particles that can penetrate deep into the lungs. According to the US Geological Survey Impacts and Mitigation, Inhaling the fine ash may lead to irritation of the nose, throat and upper airways, dry cough, sore throat or chest discomfort, bronchitis-like symptoms of wheezing in people with asthma or chronic bronchitis. Even healthy individuals may feel shortness of breath or discomfort after high exposure, but for those with the pre-existing lung conditions, the effects can be more severe. On this issue, I'm joined by Dr. MP George, former senior scientist, DPCC and consultant, CSE, and Avinash Mohanty, Global Sector Head, CCS, IP Global. Thank you both of you for joining me. Let me straight away go to Dr. MP George, sir. Can it impact the air quality in Delhi NCR?
Look, when we are talking about this explosion, this is in Ethiopia, about 4,000 to 5,000 kilometers away from Delhi. And second thing, which is very important, near surface and lower tropospheric winds from East Africa generally do not favor transport towards India. Whatsoever we are seeing, that's a transport at the stratospheric level, which is too high. So it will not make any direct impact on our air quality at the ground level air quality. And it's important for the aviation because they travel at that height, but at the ground level, it will make no impact. And if at all it makes, due to sulfur dioxide, due to the secondary particulate formation, it is not immediate. It will be delayed impact.
Can you explain what is a delayed impact, sir?
What sulfur dioxide is there, so it makes the sulfates and it may develop some very fine aerosol particles. But that we have to see where it will settle and how the plume works and how the wind direction change. Now, IMD, as per IMD, it is moving towards China. And some particle will settle, but it will be very minor.
How do you describe this volcanic eruption? I don't think we have seen such a big volcanic eruption in past.
It is huge, no doubt about it. And so that's the reason why the plume is going up to 10 to 15 kilometers. So it is traveling on the higher level, what we call lower stratospheric level. So that's the reason why I'm telling it is not carried by the tropospheric winds which transport the pollutant. Generally what we say intercontinental move is there or interstate moves are there. That will not happen. Whatsoever impact come will be due to the settling of the particles. So it is so high.
Absolutely. Let me go across to Avinash Mohanty, sir. Your opening comments. People were very surprised because it's not the first time people have seen volcano erupt. But volcanoes, one, can definitely impact the climate. Volcanoes during medieval times and ancient times actually impacted global climate. The volcano eruption in Indonesia impacted the weather in London for years to come and almost ended up creating a mini ice age. So volcano eruptions are not supposed to be taken lightly. But first, your opening comments, sir.
Thank you. Good evening to everyone. Well, for the moment, I would say that the danger has been averted as far as the air quality index is concerned.
Okay.
We need to be less assured. But having said that, although the volcano ash is not going to disrupt the larger air quality, but the air quality in Delhi is hovering around 400 mark in the severe category. So that point of concern is still going to be there. This phenomenon is not going to impact in a short-term time scale. Over the historical time scale, what you rightly mentioned about Indonesia, there have been lots of volcanic eruptions happening. And these volcanic eruptions, one of the largest in terms of its intensity, this is one of the intense volcanic eruptions that has happened. But yes, this is going to impact the larger aerosol movements. Now, as a result, what happens? There are two parts to it. All of these phenomena are happening at a stratosphere level, and there is a difference between the weather as well as the climate. Now, the climate is going to be impacted in a mid-term time scale because all of these aerosol concentration is going to deter if it doesn't flow away to China.
Avinash, what is the midterm time scale just for our viewers?
Yeah, I'm talking about a 10 to 15 year time scale because these concentrated particles do remain, and as a result, what happens is there would be seasonal disruptions that can be seen because this will have impact on the microclimate going forward. And what you said about the ice age, actually those kind of typical microclimatic change, and I'll give you a very trivial fact. If you're traveling across one part in Delhi to the other part, you will always feel like even in hotter summers, there would be pockets where it is cooler than the other. That's where the microclimate comes down. So these midterm changes with these aerosol movements are going to be seen. But yes, no, normally that's something which is being seen. But if we go by the science, we need to deep delve into what is the real climate impact and at what granular scale this is going to impact. There has been directives about few of the respiratory issues, so on and so forth. I'm not an epidemiologist, nor I'm a public health expert. I'm more from the climate side. So if those warnings are there, let's be more firm and certain about what is going to happen.
I have a query for Dr. George. Dr. George, a lot of volcanoes erupt in and around a ring of fire. This has happened in the Rift Valley area where two tectonic plates are moving apart. They are not colliding. So there is a significance, Dr. George, to this. And this eruption has taken place after 12,000 years. What is it telling us?
That's a very geological thing. It's not my domain. I think it's not. I will not comment.
Okay, Avinash, your comments on it?
Well, first and foremost, again, this is what Dr. George suggested. This is more of a geological phase, but this eruption happening and the normally tectonic plates collide and then you have these eruptions, right? That's the basic science. But if they are distancing and still you have got this, then the basic fundamental is there is a stress which is occurring on the land use land cover. And as a result, what happened in Ethiopia is actually a classic example for, and couple of days before the new earthquake zonation maps have been released by the Geological Survey of India. And there are a couple of cities in India as well as a couple of districts which are now into zone 4 and 5. And that's marks an implication that yes, and the sudden tremors that we have been feeling across the northern part of India are an indication that we really need to take care and look at earthquake as a real hazard. Because we have already demanded our landscapes to be overstressed. Because the land use land cover are overstressed, we have been kind of disrupting and encroaching on land use land cover. As a result, there is a stress which is going on, and that pull and push, where is the epicenter, how much of the impact, that's a geological case. But a danger is coming. There are early signs of the danger. Whether we avert it, whether we maintain it, or whether we what are its implications, that for that we need to be better prepared.
Okay.
And the sooner we are better prepared, we are going to avert a huge loss and damage in terms of livelihood.
Okay, Dr. George, when the last time the volcano erupted in Iceland, it actually ended up disrupting the air movement for a couple of weeks. In this case, do you think it's going to be different? Because when the Iceland volcano erupted, I think disruption lasted for more than 2 weeks.
No doubt, it will have the impact in that localized area and nearby area where the transport is happening due to lower tropospheric wind. But as far as India or that Indo-Gangetic plain or for Delhi, there is no immediate threat, it seems. And especially for the ground level pollution, what we are more worried in Delhi is for our concentration of the particulate and AQI. It seems there is no direct and immediate impact on it.
Okay, and Avinash, before I close the show, so we can say that the air quality in Delhi is not going to be affected. It's only the planes that are going to be affected. But do you think that these eruptions also add to atmospheric changes? A lot of scientists have the view that they prevent the Avinash sunlight from reaching the earth.
Yes, because it's like you are having a sunglass over your eyes, right? So there is a layer of aerosol particles which is already clouding it and covering it, and there is going to be impact on the solar insolations in terms of amount of solar insolation that should fall down into the larger earth. That's what is going to be impacted. But on a long-term time scale and mid-term time scale, for sure the impact on air quality is not going to be there. But whether it is going to impact and to what extent it is going to impact the larger climatic and the meteorological phenomena, a lot more investigation has to be done. A, and B, if at all there are implications, to what extent those are going to be impacting our lives and livelihood, especially on the land, right? That needs to be investigated and to be negated, if at all any.
Okay, thank you both of you for joining me, because this volcano took the world by surprise and nobody expected that the volcano eruption that took place in Ethiopia, the ash would actually travel all the way to the northern India. This was unexpected, and the fact that this volcano has not erupted from the Holocene age, which is 12,000 years, and it has erupted in the Rift Valley, which is actually splitting the African continent into two, is a paradise for geologists in terms of study and what's happening on the earth, because earth is still a living and breathing animal. It's not a dead planet. So this was on point 1, and on point 2 we'll talk about the rotating CM mess in Congress ruled state Karnataka, but after a short break.
खेलता है झूलता उछलता है दौड़ता कभी कभी दौड़ कराता है आगे आगे बढ़ता है इंडिया अमूल दूध पीता है इंडिया
What is speed? Do you ever see it?